No, the demons aren't back. It's funny, I never heard that one before. Yeah, it's great being known as the woman Jesus cast 7 demons out of. I mean, 1 would have been bad enough, but 7? Yeah, I take the heat for that all the time. But you know what? It's okay. I don't mind. Jesus changed my life, and I don't care who in the world knows about it. Honestly, I don't remember much before Jesus came. My thoughts are so dark and cloudy. I lived in so much pain. My own thoughts were my tormentors. It was like I lived in a prison that I could not break free from. I was so miserable, and it showed. Believe me, it showed. I hurt myself. I did things no one could understand. No one wanted to be around me. Not really. I wasn't safe. And then I heard about Jesus. He was traveling with some followers, and people said he could do wonderful things, even miracles. It crossed my mind that he could help me, but I didn't really want to hope. No one could help me. No one ever had. A crowd gathered on a hill. There were so many people, and I hate crowds. They make me nervous. But then Jesus spoke, and everyone got silent. There was something about him. His words seemed to make people take notice, you know? Even me. Man, I couldn't concentrate for more than 5 minutes at a time for as long as I can remember. But when he spoke, it was as if all my thoughts lined up in a row for the first time. He talked about hope, life, love, and I wanted all of it. And then he approached me. I don't know how he knew me, but he did. And he didn't run away like others did when they saw me. Then he looked me right in the eye, and he said, "Mary." I don't know how he knew my name, but he did. He said, "Mary, be free of your demons." And the pain inside me began to melt away, and I felt this strange calm settle over me. He looked at me with so much love. He just met me, and yet he loved me. I'd never really been loved like that. My family? No way. I've been the problem for them for years. The crazy daughter who couldn't hold it together. Honestly, I didn't blame them. I didn't really love myself. I guess you could say the day I met Jesus was the day I began to learn what love is really about. So I made a decision. I packed up my things and I followed him. I just had to be a part of what he was doing. My family didn't understand. I heard that a religious leader invited Jesus over for dinner. I wasn't exactly invited, but I just had to show him how I felt, how grateful I was for all he'd done for me. So I set out for the house, and I brought a bottle of perfume, and it was the good stuff, the most expensive thing I'd ever had. But I knew what I wanted to do. Was I nervous? Yeah, I was. At least until I got to the house. Then my nervousness went away, and all I could see was Jesus. It was always like that when I was around him. He's the only guy who'd ever seen past who I was and what I'd done. He'd given me my life back. He'd given me life. I knelt at his feet. I guess everyone was watching, but I didn't notice. As I knelt in front of Jesus, I felt gratitude and love flood over me, and I started to cry. There were no words for what I felt in that moment. My tears fell on his feet, and I didn't even think about it, but I washed his feet with my tears and the perfume. Yeah, I know it seems really crazy, but I couldn't help it. Knowing him had changed everything. Suddenly, the other men at the table were pretty ticked. They brought up my past. They told Jesus if he knew who I really was, he wouldn't want anything to do with me. I started to panic. There was a part of me that knew they were right. I mean, I've done some crazy things. I'm a sinner, you know? I was afraid for a second that they might change his mind about me. I looked up at Jesus, and he looked down at me with that love. Man, I cannot get over it. The way he loves me. Where they accused, he would defend me. And he did. He said I had done for him what they hadn't. I had shown love and gratitude while they took him for granted. And then he spoke to me, and the rest of the room disappeared. He said my sins were forgiven. And they were. I knew it. So maybe you can understand now why I did what I did. Yes, the perfume was expensive, but it was worth nothing next to the man whose feet I washed. Look, because of Jesus, I am whole. He restored me, saved me. He did for me what I couldn't do, and because of him, I'll never be the same. So to tell you the truth, I didn't even really think about it. When you realize you have nothing compared to what Jesus is, there's nothing you won't give. Okay, yeah, I probably looked a little ridiculous with my hair down, wiping his feet like that. I'm not crazy, but I can see how that kind of thing might look a little crazy. He set me free. Yeah, he did. How do you repay that kind of thing? Look, I can't thank him enough, and there's nothing I won't give. I am Mary Magdalene, and that is my story.